Hi everyone, this is Scott Behrens and welcome to the Enrollment Management and Student Success webinar on professional development. What an exciting time to be at Monroe County Community College. We have just engaged in what was probably the first ever fall to winter enrollment increase. We had an increase of 3%. And the first increase in enrollment that we've had in a long time. So hopefully this is a change in a trend that has been awaited for quite some time. So what we've been doing is going through some processes to find our focus. And our focus is truly that we change lives. And how do we do it? We change lives through our diplomas, our education, and our certifications. And so we're making an impact on people and changing their lives through education. So let's get right into this and talk about where we're going and what our focus is and how we got here. What's your purpose? I love the saying, extraordinary results can only be achieved when you are clear about what matters most. And so I pulled together my advisory team, my direct reports, and we began having conversations to define our purpose. Not only to define our purpose, but we also asked this question: what is something we have never done which would make all the difference? So what is our purpose? What matters most? And in that conversation, we went back and we reviewed our mission statement and our vision and our goals. This is our mission. Monroe County Community College will be recognized for our student-focused service, academic excellence, affordability, innovation, community responsiveness, and student success. And the more we talked about this, the more we delved down into who we are, we determined as a group that nothing happens without student success. And so we were going to put our focus on student success. We need to get students to the finish line. Did you know that the average freshman GPA this past year was 2.03? Monroe County has a lower higher educational attainment rate than Michigan overall by 18%. Now, with that said, we do have a higher associate's degree attainment rate, and that makes sense because we are the only college in town. But overall, when you look at overall higher education, we are 18% lower than that of Michigan. This is extremely important because the number one predictor of whether or not a business comes to Monroe County versus some other county, the number one predictor is the educational attainment rate and the qualifications of our workforce. And this defines the qualified abilities of our workforce. So even though we're doing better in terms of associate's degrees, we need to still drive more people through higher education. Last point, less than 20% of our FIDIAC students will attain a degree or certification from Monroe County Community College within 6 years. Less than 20% of our students who enroll, our FIDIAC students, will attain their degree within 6 years. So this is something that we need to change. We can have a real impact on students. So as we looked at this data, we went back and we looked at our mission statement. We kept coming back to this concept, student success. We need our students to succeed. And therefore, we've decided that the goal for the Enrollment Management and Student Success team will be to improve student success. And how do we define that? We want our students to earn a degree or certificate. We want to increase the number and percentage of our students who earn a degree or certificate. And we believe that this goal can make all the difference and have the greatest impact on our community, on our students, on our citizens. this will be our focus. This will be our focus. Now, with that said, it's hard to focus. It's hard to get one thing done, isn't it? Right? We call it the whirlwind. It's the massive amount of energy necessary just to keep your daily operation going on a day-to-day basis. And ironically, it's also the thing that makes it so hard to execute anything new. Leaders seldom differentiate between the whirlwind and strategic goals. Doesn't this feel like us so many times? We come into work, we have so much to do. How can I improve student success and add something else to my plate? But what we need to do is we need to be clear about what matters most. Extraordinary results can only be achieved when you are clear about what matters most. What matters most is student success. And so with everything else going on, every week we are going to come back to this idea of student success. Our wildly important goal. If students don't graduate, nothing else matters. Our wildly important goal, we have to increase student graduations and certificates. That's how we have operationally defined our goal. We are going to increase student graduations in number and in percent, student graduations and certificates. And every week we're going to look at our data on how we're doing with that goal. So what does student success look like right now? Here are our measures of that goal for the last decade. And as we can see, our graduation rates have declined overall in terms of overall number for the last 11 years. And that makes sense. Our enrollment has also declined. And so that needs to be addressed in our goals. So we want to turn this down-sloping line into one that's increasing and going up. Right? So that's our goal, is we want to increase the number of degrees and certificates year over year. Everyone knows that student success is important. We're not saying anything new, but what we are trying to do is put a concerted effort behind what we do, because everyone knows that this is important. And I honestly believe that everyone, every day, believes that what they're doing, and they're setting their own goals because we haven't had a concerted effort. Everyone comes in and they're trying to do something to improve our graduation rates, the success of our students. But what we need to do is we need to work in a concerted effort. We need to work all together in order to accomplish the goal. And I love this video. This is from Nemo, and it's one of my daughter's favorite movies. But I love this scene because you'll notice in this scene, all the fish have the same goal. They want to get out, right? But it's not until they work together that they can truly make a difference. So we need to swim together.
It's the only way we can save Dory! I can do this!
You're right. I know you can.
Lucky Pig!
Now go! Hurry!
Tell all the fish to swim down!
Well, you heard my son? Come on!
Dory, you have to tell everybody to
swim down together! You understand what I'm saying to you? Swim down!
So we need to leverage opportunity in order to make a difference. What do I mean by that? Well, we've taken on this very difficult task of this goal, this massive goal, that we want to change student success rates. It's a massive goal. How can we change something so big as student success? So many people, as soon as they hear that, they say, well, you can't change that because that's up to the student to do. We need to leverage opportunity. Leverage opportunity to help students succeed. How do we leverage opportunity? How can one individual make a difference on such a large goal? Well, I've got a few rules. Never say something is impossible. Just because it hasn't been done before does not mean it's impossible. And never say can't. As soon as people say can't, it stops conversation. It stops the incredible from occurring. And that's what I want the incredible to occur. I believe that we can make the incredible occur. In fact, here's a great video from physics. Physics teachers, you're going to love this, right? A great example from physics that shows how something so minuscule can make such a large impact.
And the smallest domino is about 5 millimeters high and 1 millimeter thick. And I will carefully place it.
What do you think that domino weighs?
And there are 13 dominoes. And the largest domino, it weighs about 100 pounds and is more than a meter tall. Ready? Boom. That was 13 dominoes. If I had 29 dominoes, the last domino would be as tall as the Empire State Building.
How powerful that this small domino that doesn't even weigh as much as an ounce can put into effect a series of events to move a domino that weighs over 100 pounds. How amazing is that? Never say can't. Leverage opportunity. Look at this. We did leverage opportunity this past semester. We used the Frontliners program to leverage enrollment. We increased enrollment from fall to winter. Never happens, right? Because we believed we could make a difference. Most schools in this state did not leverage that opportunity to nearly the same degree, and they did not have the same impact. We had a major impact. In fact, when you go to many of the websites, they say nothing about Frontliners. We had an impact because we believed we could take something as simple as this program and make a huge difference, and we did. So we need to act on these opportunities and leverage them in order to move the needle on student success, and we can do that. Lead measures predict the lag measure. Lead measures are measures of actions most connected to achieving the goal. So here's the question: what are the lead indicators of student success, and how can we leverage them to make a difference? And this is something I want everyone to ask yourself. What is something that you can do to make a difference? So here's how this works. Each week, we're going to ask that very question, right? What are the ways in which we can make a difference? And we're going to report on these measures. So here's an example from financial aid. They've already started this process, and their lead indicators, remember, is they want to get more people onto financial aid and to have academic support in terms of economic support to pay for their programs, right? And so what they're measuring is the applications that come in year over year. And you will notice that they are already up substantially in terms of applications year over year from last year. And so we're going to look at these measures, and then we're going to learn from them and ask ourselves, what did we learn and what can we do to impact the lead measure? And one of the things that they've been doing is making phone calls, texting students, and reaching out to say, hey, get your application in, get it done, right? Here's something that's very important. Be willing to fail. Be willing to try new things. Each week, we'll make a commitment based on those new things, and we will simply go back to the data again and say, how are we doing? And if it didn't work, we'll learn from it and we'll change. If it did work, we'll keep doing it and maybe do it more, right? So get ready to try something new. These meetings are only supposed to last 30 minutes. It's how are we doing? Learn, what can we do next, right? 30 minutes each week, every department just meets to look at their data and ask how you're doing. The goal is simple. We're all swimming together to make an impact on this measure of student success. So we have our overall goal of increasing our certifications and degrees year over year in terms of number and in percent. Each of our departments has its goals in support of that. Here's the next step. Everyone under enrollment management and student success, and I think I would love to see everyone in the college do this, right? Because everyone has a role to play in student success. Everyone has a role to play in enrollment management. So everyone has to then have a goal that supports their departmental goal, which supports the overall goal, so that we're all swimming together to change rates of student success. Everyone needs to develop one annual goal which supports the departmental goal. We are all accountable to each other. What do I mean by we are all accountable to each other? As we put our goals in there, we each come back each week and we ask how we're doing, right? Did you do what you said you were going to do this week? That's all, right? Did you do what you said you were going to do this week to meet your goal? And if not, then we change it. If it didn't work, we change it, right? If it didn't work, we change it. Not a big deal. But I honestly believe we can change our graduation rates. You can make an impact, and together we will make an impact. So let's all work together, and when things don't work out, speak up. Bring up new ideas. Bring up new ideas, and don't be afraid to fail. And together we're going to substantially change the lives of students. So thank you for participating. Thank you for being part of the team, and I'm looking forward to great things. This is going to be a lot of fun. Have fun with this. This is an opportunity to do what you set out to do. We came to work at Monroe County Community College because we believed we could make a difference. This is our opportunity to do so, and I look forward to doing that with you.